Hey guys, what's going on? Did you like the Clasico? Even though of, we all know that Real Madrid is gonna win the La Liga, still was a good match to watch. So let's see how Ancelotti did it this time. So it was Real Madrid against Barcelona. Um, Real Madrid was showing a 4-3-3, just like it's on the screen, but uh, Rudiger actually was playing on the left and Chomini on the right, like that. And I mean, they started like this, but as always, you always moving the match. And actually, it was more like a 4-3-3, but actually sometimes they had this time on here because Bellingham drops and sometimes Vinicius. They have a lot of freedom, so that's how I saw it. Um, for Real Madrid, then for Barcelona, on the other hand, they also were playing a 4-3-3, and I mean it's the same situation where Christensen and De Jong they move, and Gundogan also can play here like a 4-2-4, which is what they've done in the past. So it was really straightforward how the match was going to be. Let's just also keep in mind that they both play Champions League over the weekend. Real Madrid, they play 120 minutes, but Barcelona, they didn't play 120 minutes, but Araujo got a red card, so most of the team was super tired. And you can see that through the match, to be honest. Barcelona's, to me, they look super tired. Anyway, um, as soon as 6 minutes into the match, Barcelona scored a goal from a corner kick. And it was Rafinha actually who crossed it to Christensen. And I mean, on this one, honestly, I think Lunin doesn't do well enough, but Cross didn't do well enough either, so I think they could have done better on that one. But I mean, all the credit to Christensen. And plus, if you're Bayern Munich, you're watching at this because that's not the best Lunin moment. And you can see that. Then, just 10 minutes after that, um, Cancelo, who was having a horrible game, never was able to keep up with Vasquez, Lucas Vasquez, who had a really great game. So he just went, and you can see Cancelo is the one who lets him pass, and then Kovacic is trying to cover. Kovacic being a youngster, he makes a foul on Vasquez, which Lucas Vasquez is really good at. And then just obviously Vinicius took the penalty kick, which to me was surprising because and Ter Stegen couldn't control it because I thought maybe Modric or I don't know. But Vinicius did it super well. Um, but something that we saw through the first half, and even the 60 minutes, was that Camavinga was not able to contain Yamal. Yamal was doing whatever he wanted. So it was a really good duel because Camavinga was trying to go up at times and he couldn't because Yamal was always like waiting in the back of Camavinga. So you're gonna see that's the theme that we saw. Um, but like I was saying, Cancelo didn't have a good match. But it's also because Barcelona, when they go from the back, they make this almost like a 3-2-5, which at times could also be like a 3-2-4-1. But Cancelo is one of the extremes going up, and that's a problem because I mean he's good at covering areas, but he leaves a huge space in the back, and sometimes you notice that, and he didn't have a good match, and they not only do that, but sometimes even they open up like this with their stay here. So it's like a 4-2-4-1, and I mean it works because they do create chances and they go to the other box, but sometimes I think they risk too much. But that's I mean it works at the end. So that was the first half. It was 1-1. The second half, the first half ended. Frankie De Jong got injured, so he got out for Pedri. And as soon as the second half started, Christensen for some reason got out, and Fermin came in. But to me, that was a bad move because neither of these three guys, who are now the three in the back, are defensive midfielders. So Barcelona was doing still a 4-3-3. But if you notice, none of these guys are defensive midfielders. Gundogan dropped. Pedri was staying. He's just coming in, but dropped. And Fermin, he was doing what Gundogan usually does. And um, so he's doing that. So that wasn't good. And I think to me, that's how they lost the game, because they didn't have anybody covering, anybody being a defensive midfielder. Um, and here, if you notice, like I was saying before, Camavinga was trying to up and Kroos trying to cover that space, but Camavinga couldn't, because Yamal was a constant threat right there. Then Ferran Torres came in for Lewandowski, and Joe Felix came in for Rafinha. But they were still doing a 4-3-3 like that. But Joe had a lot of freedom. Actually, Ferran and Felix, they move a lot. So still good, but you can see it right there. Then a couple minutes after they came in, that's when the goal for Barcelona came in, and you see that Yamal crossed it. Camavinga couldn't keep up, so he crossed it, and that's when Fermin found this ball in the box, and he scored. So it was 2-1 at the time, and I think it was a fair result at the time. But like I was saying, these guys couldn't keep up. It was too much for them, because then Real Madrid, they made a couple substitutions. They put in Diaz for Kroos, which is right here, and Camavinga got out because he was having a horrible match for Garcia. So it was still a 4, but Modric actually now it was like this. It was still a 4-3-3, but we all know that Diaz likes to attack more, so at times it was like a 2-4-2-4. But let's do it like that for now. And Garcia, he was playing better against Jamal. I don't know why Jamal didn't keep trying. He should have. But then, so these guys, they had fresh legs, and that really was a huge step. Then, and that's when the 2-2 came in. But if you see it, look at Cancelo's back. Like I was saying, Vasquez just comes, and when Vinicius crosses it, he's able to score. And Cancelo didn't even see the ball. So to me, it was another Cancelo mistake. Then Militao came in for Rodrigo. But this meant that Militao was going to play with Rudiger like that. Valverde was going to open up Chomini here. To me, this was like at times it felt like a 4-2-3-1. We're gonna leave it like that, or like a 4-2-2, 4-4-2. I mean, like that. And this really worked out, but well, not Modric goes out like that. They make like a diamond here. Then Joselu came in for Vinicius, which to me was surprising, but I mean, Vinicius was trying to ask Ancelotti what's going on, why did he took him out? But this changed the formation because it was again a 4-4-2, because Joselu is a 9, so it's like still a 4-4-2, but with Bellingham going around him. I think in the last minutes, the score was 2-2, and in the last minutes, as you can see, Ibrahim, like I said, he got French legs, but Pedri, he looked super tired, dude. And look what Vasquez is, and look at Cancelo. So there was a huge space right here. There was a lot, but I mean, what I would say is Pedri make a foul right there. But look what Bellingham is, because he's gonna end up scoring the goal. And we have Diaz against Pedri, just like that. But if you follow the play, Pedri let him run all the way to the box, near the box, and then he opens it to Vasquez. But look where Cancelo is; he gives him a lot of space. So Vasquez just crossed the ball, and that's when Bellingham just find him. Obviously, everybody could do a little more, but to me, how the play started, Pedri should have done more. But that's what I meant when I said these guys are not defensive midfielders. So Christensen and De Jong, they should have stayed there. And just Bellingham scored at the very last minutes. It was 3-2. I mean, good Clasico match, and we all know Real Madrid is gonna win, but the Clásicos are always good to watch. Anyway, hope you like my analysis, and please consider subscribing and like the video. Thanks.